Welcome to the Jordan Leer program. Welcome to my nightmare, Stevie Boy. Disturbing behavior. One of the greatest high school sci-fi movies of all fruit and time. Are you watching it? Are you watching it at the end of August? Going in September. How are you on this 96th edition of this podcast? I think I'm doing. I don't know. Ain't done it in a long time. Ain't done it in a long time. Oh man, I don't share a lot of my personal life in my entertainment because it's with the hoorahs, the entertainment, you know. I moved out to Los Angeles years ago to tell jokes, and then the internet came around, and it's time to post your stuff online. And the most entertaining thing anyone could find was someone you grew up with and how much of a mess their life was in. You know, their custody dramas, you know, or just cooking, just home projects. That fucking watch someone fix something around the house. Fuck yeah. You know, that's art. That's now art. They flipped it. Anyways, I'm not here to complain about that. What I'm here to say is I do want to share something about my real life. I'm going to pawn it out. I'm going to give you some of my real life. I never share my real life. It's all jokes and pizzazz, and if I do say something, it's not fucking true, because that's what it is. If it's fiction, social commentary, you know, from a wrong point of view. I always like to say that. I am wrong on this podcast and my art. That's not the point of it. It's not the point of being right. Okay. Rather than seeing a therapist, I'm going to get it all out on this podcast. All my feelings, all my thoughts, what I've been up to in the last year. Here's what I will say. At this time in my life, I'm not currently living permanently in a large city. Unless you're a casting director, which I will lie, and I will say, yeah, I definitely live there because I can get there tomorrow for the job. Acting job, Law and Order, booked me, go back to New York right away. Anyways, what I will say is, to be honest with you, I've been living in a rural area for the past year, and I am watching more athletic sports than I have since I was 17 fucking years old. And there's a big part of me through this, watching other athletes perform, do stuff that might be rigged by the refs, might not be, just mindless entertainment, rooting for cities I've never been to. In a lot of ways, I've never been more happy in my entire life. You hear me? This is my cat. Get over here, Mouse. Tell him. You see him? Mouse, get up here. I've never been happy. There it is. I got a cat. I got a cat. One of my cats died too. That made me so depressed. That's another part of my real life. Anyways, Mouser, we need to tell him. I have never been more happy than I am right now. And I've never been more scared for my mental stability. Yeah, see, Mouser gets it. Oh, I've been watching a lot of sports, man. It started, I gotta fucking... There's no movies coming out. That's the fucking problem, man. They gave us fucking Superman and Fantastic Four, and I didn't even go see them because I was like, oh, that's it? Really? And I'm sure I'll love those movies. I bet they're badass, but I've been watching a lot of sports. It started last basketball season. I had winter came around. It was too fucking cold to do anything else. March came around and it was still freezing. I started watching Michigan State, my alma mater. There's some of my real life. I started watching Michigan State, getting so fucking into it. Since I haven't been this into it since 2012, and I was like, dude, I'm so bored. I need something to do. I don't know. So it's August, and I'm still upset about how the basketball season ended, and I'm excited for the new season that doesn't start till November. But in between there, I'm just a regular fucking fall normal, Joe Blow like the rest of you feeding the consumer market. I'm watching football. I'm watching preseason, college. I'm so pumped. State plays Western Friday. I'm pumped. Why? I know 2 players' names for sure. I know Aiden Childs, the quarterback, and I think it's Nick Marsh, the wide receiver. Preseason predictions. I bet we're going 500 or just one under that. It's a little hard to beat Penn State, USC, the Wolverines. I don't care. I got this belief thing in me. And more than that, I'm so worried about my mental health because I'm invested in all this. And I only know 2 fucking players' names. I'm thinking about buying NCAA 2026 and Madden 2026, the dual package, and playing week to week the same schedule as if I'm like on the team. Does anyone care about me out there? I'm watching a lot of fucking sports, man. I almost put on hockey the other day. You know what hockey I watch? Mighty Ducks. Cartoons and the live action. Why did I suddenly get the itch? I started wondering, when is tennis season? Who gives why? No one worried about me. No one's going to prescribe me anything. I love it. I am pumped. Hell, I'm pumped. I heard Michael Vick is coaching a football team. He's coaching like Norfolk State or something, and it's against Deshaun Jackson, who used to play for the Eagles. Why do I know this? Why? I'm watching this stuff, and I'm doing the on-theme thing where I'm watching like documentaries about, I watched the Brett Favre dick pic documentary. It was awesome. Yeah. And I love the plays, too. Brett Favre was good. He was bad, but he was good. Is anyone worried about me? I don't know if it was healthier when I was doing stand-up comedy 4 times a night, 7 to 8 times a week. Going up and telling the same repetitive jokes and people telling me they didn't like it and me going back. Was that a better time in my life? I don't know. You need an anchor. And a lot of people, Jesus is a healthier option. I go to church sometimes. I try that God stuff out too. Not trying to speak blasphemy, Lord. I'm just saying, I might be valuing this just as much. Or at least betting my happiness on it. I found this jersey at Goodwill. I was like, it's mine. I love State. I don't know. I'm curious about the other fucking teams. I don't want to go off the rails. I got into baseball too, dude. I'm watching fucking baseball like every day. Game to game, inning to inning, pitch to pitch. I'm watching the Cubs. I'm watching them. To me, I watch the sports. I played the sports. I did the shit growing up. I played football, wrestling, baseball, all the shit. I love baseball. It's probably my favorite sport. And when the Cubs, who are my favorite baseball team, won in 2016, I decided I'm good. Perfect ending. Stopped watching baseball. Quit. I was like, I'm good. And I used to watch the Steelers a lot. The Steelers. Ian's watching the Steelers game? I've never been to Pittsburgh. I don't even have that much desire to go to Pittsburgh. Not even to a big Steelers game. They're my favorite team. I live in Michigan. I said I wasn't going to divulge my information, but there it is. I don't care about the Lions. Except I do. Except I do. When the playoffs were going and the Lions were still in it, I was fucking jacked. I just jump ships. I just jump bandwagon ships like that. Is anyone worried about me? I don't know. I ain't been doing nothing. I'm just a little sabbatical from the stand-up, so got a lot of racing mind thoughts. Pumped itself into this podcast somehow. And I am working very hard on the film I've been making for the past 2 to 3 years, Sex, Drugs, and Open Mics. Be on the lookout for that. Bad Bunny. That'll be cool. I started, I was still doing the podcast back a year ago. I was in New York, and I was working on the film and doing that and trying to work at the same time. I was like, oh, it's just so much. And I told myself, I'm going to fucking stop the podcast and work on the film. And I'm only like 2 scenes away. I need one epic ending scene for the movie. I'm hoping to shoot this month or next month, get that planned out, find a movie theater to shoot it at, and then put it together, because it's pretty much all put together. So, fans of Jordan Leer out there in the atmosphere, there will be a big old project that I've been working on. But between then, I bought like a couple video games, and I was like, all right, you don't buy any more video games, no more podcasts, no video games until you fucking finish that film. And then I got into this little in-between space right here where I need a little time before I can shoot the thing. And so I'm just pumped for Michigan State versus Western. I'm pumped. Better be a blowout. If the game is close, our season is fucked. It might be fucked anyways. We got Boston College the next week. Got USC around the corner. I hope for my sanity that all the sports teams I like quickly crash out in their seasons. Because if they show any shred of hope, and if I start gambling on another team for any reason that catches my eye, then guys, I'm not going to get anything done. Nah. Okay? I need to go back to grad school. I need to get a freaking real job in this life. Quit fucking auditioning for Law and Order every fucking week of my life. That's every actor's life is like, you're 30-something, you're auditioning for Law and Order for the fucking 100th time, literally 100, and you're thinking about going back to school. And you already have. So you have to record a podcast about it. All right, guys. Someone better call me and remind me that sports is rigged. And that ref Tim Donahue guy pointed it out long ago, okay? And Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. It's my own fault. I got to a point with sports where I said fuck sports forever because so much of it was rigged. And even it just looks so rigged, this Travis Kelce fucking Taylor Swiftness, whatever, just seems like it's a ratings rig. It's all show, it's theater. But then I got into theater and I was like, oh wait, I kind of like sports. Yeah, I like it being rigged. It's kind of part of the game too. I don't know. I do know. I do know nothing's going to stop me from watching that game Friday night. Unless someone booked me. Scream 7. Look, I'm looking through my notebook. Here's... Not supposed to share this from the NDA, but it was over a year ago. Scream 7's coming out right now. This is my audition prep for it. 34, yeah. Looks 25. I was to be a 25-year-old. And I was like, oh, he's 34, but he looks 25 because I'm 34. Hipster. I didn't get it. Spoiler alert, I'm not in Scream 7. But you do get this podcast. And I get to watch Michigan State, so. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the code name for it was Scar Tissue. Fucking A. Anything else I wanted to fucking... This podcast was once about the movies and music I watched. Am I going to share any of that? Sure, why not? If you're still listening, let me give a quick rundown. Here's the program. This was traditionally the show. I read. I tried reading East of Eden by fucking John Steinbeck. God, that book sucks, dude. And I love Of Mice and Men. I love Grapes of Wrath. Grapes of Wrath, I can still remember crying over that fucking book. East of Eden, his magnum opus. Bro, trying too hard. Way too hard. Not a good book. Good writing, too. Like, you're reading it, you're like, oh, it's great writing. But then it's nothing. I read The Most Dangerous Game about them hunting humans on an island. I wonder if that must have inspired a little Battle Royale, which inspired the Hunger Games. But that was good. That was a short story, actually. That's why I liked it. I read The Little Prince. That's a beautiful book. Nice book. I should read that again, actually. Or The Island of Dr. Moreau. I didn't finish it, but I like that. It's kind of creepy. You should watch the movie. I think Val Kilmer's in the movie. Notable TV. I finally got down on that fucking Severance everyone's watching. Yeah, it's good. It's a little Lost thing. Like Lost whenever didn't amount to anything. It might be that. Oh yeah, I watched a lot of Twin Peaks. I got into David Lynch. That's where I'm at in life. If I watch art, it's David Lynch. Look that guy up and fucking come back to me. Ultimatum Queer Love. It's pretty good. I think the previous season was way better. Bachelor in Paradise. I'll give you my thoughts on Bachelor in Paradise. My favorite reality show of all time. They ruined it. They ruined it. They ruined it. They brought in this shit. It's Bachelor in Paradise. It's all these singles mixing it up and stuff. And then they brought the Goldies on there. And that was great too. That was funny. Like old people and the young people. And then partway towards the end, they turned it into a fucking like Big Brother Survivor game show where you're teamed up. And it's not about the love. It's about you're on this team and you're trying to win money by eliminating the other. What the fuck? The whole point is that it got more intense at the end and they're trying to stay on the island and you're wondering if they're in love or not. And now they're just laying out, they're like, no. Like a couple of people are like, we're just doing this for money now. Like, and that's the way they're playing it. One guy didn't want to be with this girl anymore. He wanted this other hot chick and another guy ratted him out. And the girl was like, I don't care. We're playing for money. I don't care. Don't bring me that shit. They fucking ruined it, bro. They fucking ruined it. Fucking ruined it. They fucking ruined it. I said I wasn't going to swear on this podcast anymore. I'm sorry, Mrs. Bullock. I'll try and rectify that. But my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Tim, died on his bathroom floor on meth. So, you get what you give. That's a true story. He didn't die while he was my teacher, like 10 years later. Anywho, he's still one of my favorite teachers. He was fucking cool. Coach. I've been watching the TV show Coach. I always flip around from like background sitcoms, and I love classic sitcoms. And I didn't like Coach when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I liked the Home Improvement. That was the shit. Coach, I just didn't like the look of it. It's kind of like, oh, Minnesota. Now, football season. Someone please check in on me. Someone please, God, check in on me. I'm sure someone will. It'll be Dill the Thrill. The Foreman. Miss you, Dilly. Going back to what everyone should be worried about me. I'm in the draft. I'm in a fantasy draft this Sunday with my friends. I joined a fantasy league. I haven't been in a fantasy league since 2009. 2009. I think that was it. I was in college. My college buddies. They always did it. They still do it. Fucking watch that shit anymore, man. And now I do. I'm joining the league. I'm pumped. $50 buy-in. Winner takes most of it. Second place gets their money back. Something like that. I'll get fucking Shadir Sanders. I'll draft him number 1. I don't care. And I will watch. That's how... Is anyone worried about me? Call Roger right now. All right. Movies. Watch some movies. I watched Kinds of Kindness. That movie was trippy. I kind of liked it. I kind of didn't. I definitely appreciated it. I thought it was good. I don't know if it was fucking weird. It's the same guy that... What did he direct? He directed Poor Things, and this had Emma Stone in it again. And stuff is weird. It's an automatic thumbs up for me in a lot of ways. That's all I'm going to say about that. A lot of sex. I don't know, man. I'm all for doing everything for acting, but sometimes I watch stuff and I'm like, are we just prostitutes? Is this just like softcore porn they're trying to sell to the masses? Sometimes it seems like, I don't know. I don't like sex scenes in movies. That's the truth. Spoiler alert, my movie I'm making right now has a sex scene in it. And it's like not a sex scene. Because I was like, let's make it not one. Fully clothe these motherfuckers. Yeah, I have a fully clothed sex scene. Fully clothed. Not Kinds of Kindness, though. Check it out. Sinners. Spoiler alert for Sinners real quick, because I'm going to say something. It's a vampire movie. And some people are going to be mad that I said that, but like, I'm mad it wasn't advertised as a vampire movie. It's like that was this like plot twist kind of thing, or you didn't expect it. And that's pretty cool too. Whatever. Tarantino wrote From Dusk Till Dawn. He did that shit with Robert Rodriguez. It's the same thing. Where halfway through it turns into a vampire movie, and you're like, whoa, didn't expect that at all. This is, I guess, the opposite, because it's not a complete left turn. It kind of makes sense that it's a vampire movie. But anyways, to me, I am more interested in a horror movie when I know it's a horror movie going in. Something about it sets the tone. They said it years ago about like Halloween. Like part of a scary movie is so scary because you know you're at a scary movie. You're tense. You're ready for it. Laugh harder because you're looking for relieving the tension. Anyways, I know Sinners, everyone's popping out saying, this might be the best movie. This might be the best movie. Ryan Coogler, are you kidding me? It was a pretty cool movie, man. And in my opinion, some of those cool movies should be like 20 minutes shorter or some shit. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to put on this list that I just remembered, though, that I watched. My Old Ass with Aubrey Plaza. Dude, me and my fiancée, we watched that, and it was a great movie. Here's spoiler alert for this, too. Okay. It's a movie where this girl's young and she's tripping on mushrooms, and then she gets a vision of her older self from like 15 years older, 20 years older, and her older self talks with her and alludes like, enjoy the time you're in right now, and she's worried about people dying, and she's worried about how she's going to grow. And anyways, it's a great movie, and it just it ended so abruptly that it made it bad to me. I don't know. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it. But hey, there's a part of this movie where she doesn't want to fall in love with this guy because her older self tells her this guy's going to die one day. Holy shit, that happened in real life, though, to Aubrey Plaza last year. Her husband killed himself. What the fuck? That's the kind of thing that'll make you want to watch Michigan State football. Between that and Quiet on Set, you're like, did I just place a bet on DraftKings and fucking have a six-pack? Holy fuck. Anyways, I watch Happy Gilmore too. I'm in agreement with all the masses. It was amazing. The cameos, everyone's cast perfect. It was great. That's great. Give me the Billy Madison too. Give me that back to school shit. Watch Spike Lee, 25th Hour. That was great. Spike Lee is a great director. He is, man. I don't know. That movie really paints New York. That really does. And it was a real, like, mostly white characters, which never really think of that in one way or the other, but, Spike Lee does make explicit movies about African American culture a lot. And this, I love when directors challenge themselves. And whatever, he might not even challenge himself because he's doing it with Edward Norton. He's probably like, yo, I just wanted to work with Edward Norton. But him and Philip Seymour Hoffman and Brian Cox, it was kind of like Spike Lee's like, hey, I'm a great director. I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. I'm gonna, for lack of a better word, I'm going to paint with a different color. I don't really mean it like that, but actually I do. And the fucking movie's badass, dude. I remember hearing about this years ago because Patrice O'Neal is in it. He has a small role. One of my favorite comics. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. Great New York movie. Great New York movie. I miss New York. Watched Grease over the weekend. Grease might be the greatest movie of all time. The cinematography is holy fuck. Like, holy fuck, some of it. And it's such a great back-to-school movie. It's an explicit back-to-school, end-of-summer, start-school movie, you know? Sometimes, like, Dazed and Confused is an end-of-school movie. You know, She's All That, it's end of school. Fucking can't say enough about Grease. Followed by Footloose. Did a little double feature. A little Footloose, get the bacon out, put some bacon on the grill. Footloose is amazing. Holy shit, dude. It's funny, too. Like, it's funny. It's got some, like, you know, over-dramatic parts when he's about to bump into the montage. He's taking a swig of the whiskey. It's good. All right, what else is up? Power through this film. I saw Mufasa the Lion King. That wasn't bad. I saw Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. That was the greatest movie that's ever been made. Tom Cruise is amazing. He makes those big budget movies and they look real because he really shoots real things. I saw Jurassic World Rebirth, which is pretty entertaining, but bad for all the reasons Mission Impossible was good. A lot of video game looking indistinguishable CGI. What is this character? What is this being? I don't know. It's pretty fun. I mean, I liked it. I'm okay with that because they should be pumping out. Give me a Jurassic World every year. If it's mediocre, then give me a really good one every 10 years. Fine with that. Anything else? Did I want to talk the Cubs? I'm watching Cubs. I'm watching them tonight. If I'm still talking about them by the time I do the next podcast, that means they'll be winning. Go Yankees. Let me say in closing, the reason I'm watching sports again, especially baseball, TikTok fucked me up a little bit. And I didn't even watch TikTok. The reason I'm watching TikTok is because of sports. My girl, my fiance, she watches TikTok constantly. And I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. I'm like, it just doesn't hit for me. And then I found that John Boy guy, John Boy Media. He does the lip readings for the baseball fights when they have arguments over the strike zone and outs and shit. Oh, it's a little bit of drama. That's what it took to suck me in, to made me re-love baseball. Thank you, John Boy, for making me addicted to it again. Because honestly, I thought about it being rigged for a while. About, oh man, you can call a strike or a ball, it's on the line. But whenever I saw you could argue it and the intensity, you know, about honoring the strike zone, up and away, when did it cross the plate? Are you allowed to challenge the umpire like that? Look at me with some respect. You're out of here. Managers running out to defend their guys. I was like, whoa, this is what it's all about. The drama. I had to leave sports for drama. And then once the drama, TV, auditions, all that shit became like a sport, I was like, fuck this, I need to go back to sports. That's where I'm at now, so I'm going to try and be a PE teacher. And I got to be honest with you, I think that is an attainable goal. So you will either see me on YouTube in another month, or you'll never see me again. you probably will. God, pray for this country. I'll pray for the country. God, help this country. Maybe he's helping us. I'm sure he's just all trying our best. That's the program.
Everywhere I've been to, everybody I've been to, I could take a dip now. You could take a tongue down. Take a tongue down. Where your soul goes, wanna see it elsewhere. Wanna see it elsewhere. Wanna see it elsewhere. Let's get see him on the tractor, being that factor, laughed in the actor, calling the doctor, take it with my own blood, take it on blood, just breathe, baby that's just me, take it from my mouth sir, take it from the house sir, change your house sir, sir, hit him with my own life, hit him with an own knife. When I'm going out with, what I'm saying with, got her all fixed up. Cool, smoke a joint.